Natty or not, genetics are hard work. The way fitness influencers achieve their physiques are often up for debate. But I think we can all agree they better know what they're doing in the gym. So, I'm gonna be testing as many fitness influencer programs I can get my hands on, and I'm gonna give you my honest review, starting with
Lean Beef Patty. So I bought her program for $30, which is a price where I don't have the highest expectations, but I still do have some. It's an 8-week program. We have text and video with descriptions of the exercises, sets, and reps, which is great. 5 active workout days plus 2 optional active rest days, warm-ups and optional static stretching, which I will likely be skipping because people ask people if they lift, not if you can touch your toes. I just want to be jacked, not able to scratch my back by the end of this. Strategies and tracking, warm-up and stretches. You guys see this thumbnail? Like, that is just a crazy barrier to entry. So someone who's not flexible like me, I see that, that's intimidating. That's like showing off the high dive at a kids learn to swim class.
Before we get into this workout, we must start with 5 to 10 minutes cardio of choice. And my typical choice is a little more brief, so I ended up opting for the Stairmaster.
All the programs that I review in this video are gonna be based on some of the information they provide, as well as one of their workouts. I'm not gonna show everything because I don't want a bukkake full of lawsuits. I'm gonna be doing the week 1 leg/glute day. And I must say, I love like the primitive / grandma's garden vibes of some of these photos. And what I really wanna know is the story behind those dumbbells. Like, does she make those? Those are so cool. First exercise of the day, sumo deadlift. 5 sets of 5 reps. Let's check out the video here. Okay, so alternate exercise. I can't even pay attention to her doing the deadlifts. I just haven't seen someone this serious about burpees in a long time like that guy. Well, he is so dialed back there. Now, I'm just gonna sumo deadlift because I don't think it's cheating. I just think it's working smarter, not harder. Every set of the deadlifts, RPE 7. I may as well just be scrolling through memes on IG. I just like the work, man. RPE 7 just doesn't seem like I'm really doing much, if I'm being honest.
While I'm deadlifting, I'm quickly reminded why I hate these. It's humbling just how weak I am on this movement. From sumo deadlifts, we moved on to toe elevated Romanian deadlifts for 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps.
Toe elevated Romanian deadlifts. I've never done it before, and I'm liking it, but I'm not a big fan of the RPE 7. I get it for the deadlifts. I'm not getting it for this. I believe you're leaving a lot of gains on the table, leaving that much in reserve. I think you should go at least RPE 8, 9, even failure on the last set if you can. So I was thinking maybe it's just week 1, we're easing our way in. I saw on weeks 2 and 3 and 4, I believe, it goes up to RPE 8, and then on week 5, it drops down to RPE 6. I don't know about that. Exercise number 3 is the lying hamstring curl, 4 sets of 10 reps. And I started to wonder, I'm like, is today just hamstrings and glutes? Turns out it is, and the other leg day of the week is just quads and glutes. So she separated the muscle groups. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather do 2 leg days a week and do a little bit of everything on both days. It's shown to be more effective over time when you do it that way, but I just prefer it. Next exercise, 5 sets, 10 to 15 reps, calf raises. So I went on the app, I'm like, let's alternate the exercise. Patty, give me like bicep curls or something. Nope, there's no option for that. There hasn't been an option to alternate exercises ever since the first one. Like, that's like Domino's being like, you know what, now we are doing custom pies, but all we got is pepperoni.
I love good girls. I love bad girls. They both belong in the gym, but just not on any program that I ever do again. I did not enjoy that last bit at all. It was very painful, and I'm gonna be feeling it tomorrow, that's for sure. In terms of the program, $30, I'd say it's a good buy overall. There's a lot of things I liked. I think the video demonstrations were awesome, but there were some things I was not a fan of. I feel like the intensity could have been a bit higher, hamstrings and quads together instead of just separated. And I think that there should have been substitute exercises for every exercise, not just the first one. So because of that, Lean Beef Patty program.
Jesse James West. So I went online and I bought his world's greatest workout program. Like, it would be stupid not to. Although I do think it's a missed opportunity to call it Let's Go.
Let's go! Drive! Drive! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
With at least 4 exclamation marks. It's a 12-week program for $60, which is a price that's not gonna make me broke, but it sure as hell better make me swole. And there's one thing that we know about Jesse, and that it's always gonna be a banger. So I have high expectations. Honestly, the frequently asked questions are fantastic. I think it's actually the simplest program I've seen so far. Very clean and concise info, and I agree with all of it. I will say though, it's a bit outdated. Like, Jesse, you're not with Rise anymore. You're not even with Young LA anymore. You're with frickin' Gymshark. Who do I like better, single moms or Noelle? Tough question. but I have to pick sugar-free maple syrup. Bro, you're happily engaged. There is very good information on how to gain muscle, how to lose fat, how to get stronger, how to remain healthy. So I'm gonna pick a workout from week 1, back and biceps workout, because Jesse has a good back and good biceps, starting with a superset of lat pull downs, 8 reps, superset rope pullovers, 12 reps. Now the interesting thing is, when I worked out with Jesse for the first time ever, he actually said this was his favorite superset. So it's nice to know that he has a personal touch in here. It's not just another company slapping his name on it. So good on you, Jesse. Oh baby. We're only 1 set in, and that burns like a mofo. I really like the contrast of the super heavy pull downs with the lighter pullovers, just really burn out every set.
My back felt so good and so pumped after the first exercise, which made the 1-arm dumbbell rows feel great, but also so much harder than normal.
I looked at the program, I was like, man, how much volume am I actually doing right now? And I looked, 23 sets for the back. For the entire week, you may ask, 39 sets. Did I miss the cycle information under nutrition? Like, that is a lot of volume. But then again, nobody is caffeinated quite like Jesse. That's for sure. But 39 sets for back. No wonder he has a fully stocked home gym. Jesus Christ.
I finished my second pull down, then moved on to some cable rows for 3 sets at 12 reps. And at this point, the volume was really starting to get to me.
About to start my 3rd pull down variation this workout, which is great training if I'm ever hanging off a cliff's edge, I guess. But right now, my back is so pumped, I feel like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It is more blown out than a kid's birthday cake candles. Honestly, I'm liking this workout a lot. It's a big change from what I'm used to. I feel like I'm gonna be frickin' sore tomorrow, but I think over time, I might hate it. Even that is too heavy. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna tear my lat. Back is finished, and I can kind of see why he trains at home now, because I kind of want to jump into an ice bath before I train biceps, because, yeah.
The bicep training, as Jesse would say, was definitely relentless. It consisted of easy bar curls, spider curls, cable curls, and hammer curls for a total of 15 working sets.
All done. I was in there for a long time. Like, I saw 2 turnovers of different people working out. It was a lot. If this program is worth it, it's definitely up for debate. But one thing's for sure, it makes your gym membership totally worth it. It's definitely not for a beginner. It'd be like if someone who's never smoked weed hit a bong for the first time. They're done after the first hit. If you are new and you do this program, you are absolutely done. I'd say this is more for advanced lifters looking to like break through a plateau or something like that. I like the exercise selection. Overall, it was really good. I think volume could be tapered back just a hair, maybe 1 less pull down or something like that. So overall, I'm gonna give Jesse James West a high. David Lade. Such an elusive creature. We never really know when he's gonna make his next post, but what's always available online is his DUP program for $43. $43 to get laid? Sounds like one of my Groupon offers. But DUP stands for Daily Undulating Periodization, meaning your rep range for your main movements change daily. There you go. So it's a 9-week program, and I have a bit of a concern, similar to some of the other programs, in that I don't think it's been updated for a very long time, because the 2024 remake of this would probably have a crazy amount of drone shots. But one thing I do love is that they have a built-in calculator for all your lifts, which is a nice little touch, a nice little interactive experience. So I implemented all my numbers, all my main compounds, and it spits out what I have to do. So I'm thinking we're gonna do a David Lade push day. Starting the workout off with a 1 rep max, I would say that's $43 well spent. Based off my 365-pound 1 rep max, I have to do 345 pounds or 157 kilograms for 1 rep, followed by a 4x4 with 310 pounds. Well, that was easy. I love the top set, back offset system for the main compound list, because you get your biggest load out of the way early on, then the rounds after that, the load begins to dwindle to the point you're building a foundation, but before you do all that, you made your ego happy. It's a win-win. With a 4x4, all I'm thinking about is Jeeps. And I'm here, I just want to become a tank. I don't like 4x4s. Next up, we have a 3x4 with the push press. 3x4, 4x4, 1 rep max, all these compounds. This isn't bodybuilding. This is sleeper building, my friends. I don't want to be able to lift. I want to look like I lift. And this program is not going to do that for me. This is also the only program that provides no information on top of just giving you the program. Like, there's nothing about how to do exercises, what top sets, back off sets even mean. Nothing. I'm also very afraid I'm gonna hit the ceiling. My mom's gonna get mad.
Once the main compound movements of the day were done, we entered the accessory work, and the copy and paste muscles were fully pumped for this one. Everything 3 sets of 10 reps, which I'm not a huge fan of that there was no rep range given. If you don't hit 10, you kind of just feel like a failure. I think it's important to have a range up or down to give you something to work towards.
At this point of the workout, my rotator cuffs are ready to rotate right off my body. The last exercise we have, dumbbell tricep extensions. Now I'm not really sure what that is because I would have assumed that that's skull crushers, but I just did those. So I would have liked some clarification, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna assume that that's a kickback. I wouldn't have minded a chest pump that lasts longer than the time it takes to cook instant ramen. Like, it would come and just go. And I want more. There are a lot of pros to this program. The first one is it's very simple, focuses on the basics, which is why I could do this workout at home. I didn't need any fancy machines or anything like that. The other one is a big emphasis on heavy compound movements. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate or whatever, this is a great way to build your base and your foundation. So when you go over to like more bodybuilding style training, you're a lot stronger, can put on muscle a lot faster. So this is a great foundation to builder. The con is, for $43, this is the least amount of information offered out of anyone so far. So this is a tricky one. Larry Wheels. So I bought his program, and now the website doesn't exist anymore, which is sketchy, bruh. The world record off-season training program, it was on sale for $9.99 from $19.99, which is really great. But honestly, Larry had a lot of different programs on that website. It would have been called an 18-wheeler. Once you purchase the program, you get this little portal, which is kind of cute, where it has guidelines and equipment list attached, exercise library and fundamentals. You click on that, it's a bunch of different links to how to set up exercises, how to do the exercises, which is great. We have Lift Like Larry. Of course I want to lift like Larry. I just want to keep my muscles and ligaments intact. And then he also has an option to eat like Larry. And then there's also a Larry nutrition plan. And I just hope it's nothing like his bulking diet because I won't be following that. Gonna pick a workout. Hopefully there's no slap fighting involved. And I'm assuming we're gonna be lifting very heavy today. First exercise is 3 sets of 8 rack pulls, which explains the muscle tears pretty quickly. I guess with Larry though, ego always gets first dib over the pump. Literally, rack pulls are the gym equivalent of ordering hot plate fajitas. There's a lot of sizzle, but not a lot of steak. It's crazy how I feel alpha, yet also lame. Look at my hands. I need some gloves. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you guys can hear me over Jay-Z in the background here. But we're moving on to the next exercise, and somehow this is the most simple, yet the most unclear program I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's also just looking very depressing. Larry, take the thing to Photoshop, add a little bit of a personal touch to it. Let's just hope I get some gag lion strength. B1, I don't understand it either. So it says chin-ups or lat pull-downs. Obviously I'm gonna pick lat pull-downs because I'm here to work smarter, not harder. And it just says, week 1, 20 total reps in as few sets as possible. So do I just do 1 set of 20? I guess that makes sense, but then with what weight? But then 1 set of 20 doesn't seem like enough. Well, that was 20 reps. And I guess I'm done. But I have so much more I want to give, which I guess is a good problem to have in the gym, right? Nowhere else.
Following the pull downs, next on the menu we had some hammer curls and chest supported dumbbell rows, both exercises that I love, but I eventually ran into some more rep scheme confusion.
We have 2 exercises left, barbell curls, and then back to the lat pull downs, both 100 reps, which is a cool number and all, but is there any structure? Or am I just throwing it back to high school, closing my eyes and just going till I can't no more? I think that's gonna be the strategy. So I think for 100 reps, 40 pounds or so.
The first 50 reps of the curls felt easy, but the second half got extremely hard. Focusing on the form and not the weight gave me such a crazy pump, and I was able to connect with the muscles much better than normal.
Oh!
Same thing when it came to the lat pull down. I don't think I've ever felt my lats burn the way they did.
Very often I walk around like a deer in the headlights, but this program, it just amplified it, man. Like, I don't mind a program that makes me rethink my approach, but this made me rethink how I even got here in the first place. Like, many times during this workout, I was looking like this. I had no idea what to do. Did I like the workout? Not really. I think it could have been better explained, could have been a lot more clear. Didn't like the exercise selection all that much. Wouldn't want to do the workout again. So Larry, I'm sorry.
Mr. Greg Doucette. So I bought his advanced training manual for $111. Does this program also prescribe me TRT? Like, that is an entire fall's worth of pumpkin spice lattes. So justifying the price of this is gonna be harder than last time. I can't get over the cover photo of this. It's like he's trying to let out a fart, but he's scared a little poop might come out. This is a 95-page PDF, which is a lot. Coach Greg, all rights reserved. Nice to see we're not detoured to the anabolic cookbook. Oh wait, there it is, page 9. When you look at the table of contents, there's cardio, there's diet, there's weight training, and then there's a whole part on mindset, which I think is awesome. So clearly this was made with a ton of passion, and clearly by the writing, Greg definitely did this one, that's for sure. They offer 4 training plans. There's 2 60-minute ones and 2 90-minute ones. I think I'm gonna try one of the 60-minute ones, and I'm gonna rip one of the leg and bicep days, so let's get it. Exercise number 1, we got options. So option A is paused barbell squat. And option B is just a machine of your choice, like a Smith machine, hack squat, pendulum squat. I'm gonna be using this squat machine because I was looking at option A, and that kind of volume for paused barbell squats, I mean, I don't want my first helicopter ride to be in a medevac chopper. So I've slowly been working my way up on this machine to my 3rd set, which is a heavy set, and then we eventually get into an all-out set, which is why I have my garbage can right there. I'm scared for this.
With pretty much everything in this program, you're slowly working your way up in weight while dropping the reps to prepare for one all-out set.
It's 10 to 15 reps plus 5 to 10 partial reps. And to me, doing partial reps on a lower body day when you don't have a workout partner, a little bit sketchy, but we're gonna try it. Hopefully I don't die. Oh man, I'm gonna need a heavy dose of Linkin Park for this one. Being scared for leg day is what it's all about.
By the end of the last set, I was so gassed I couldn't even grind one of the partial reps, which kind of scared me for the rest of the workout, but this is what leg day is all about.
The crazy thing is, I've actually done more weight on this for more reps. I just really don't like the amount of reps I have to do prior to my heavy set. So it was like 15 to 20 reps first set, another 15 for the second set. So it really is gassing me out before my top set. So I'd rather just get to my top set a little sooner, use a little bit more weight, then do some back off sets.
At this point, my quads are basically jelly-like, but alas, the leg press awaits and we must bravely press onward, even if my legs have other ideas. I don't know how sustainable this workout really is. Like, look at me here. I'm practically looking up to the anabolic angels, ready for them to take me.
Well, the workout was going well, and all of a sudden, now I'm doing CrossFit because I'm gonna be bouncing around the gym now for 3 rounds, 15 to 20 reps, 15 to 45-second rest between each thing. This is wildly impractical if you train at a commercial gym, if you train after work when it's busy. I'm just thankful the gym's empty, but there's no way most people can do this effectively. We just finished abductors and adductors. Now we're walking over to the dumbbell rack to do some dumbbell curls, moderate intensity, but maximum intensity for my disinterest in this. Dumbbell curls done. Now we're off to the leg extension, hoping it's not in use. Sick.
Let's be real, the circus style setup probably isn't gonna fly at most gyms. Plus I was low-key stressing the entire time that someone would swipe a machine mid-circuit, change the weight, and totally mess up my rest times, which threw me off my ability to concentrate during my sets.
Back to where we started for round number 2. The reps have decreased, but usually in round 2, this is where my stamina is at its best. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but a 30 to 60-second rest between each thing now.
If I had to think of one benefit of this though, I was getting my steps in, which is a huge plus.
Time for round number 3. Quite honestly, I'm hating this so far. I like to be kind of like focused in on one exercise at a time. I don't like bouncing around everywhere. But the last one is bicep curls, superset with calves, which is low-key clever, man. Like it's kind of like the equivalent of like a parent like hiding vegetables in a kid's food just to get them to eat it. This is like getting bodybuilders to actually train calves. Clever, Greg, clever. Oh my God, man, I need a minute. I dare somebody to try this workout at LA Fitness. It's not gonna happen. I don't know, does he expect us all to have home gyms? I'm not entirely sure, but every workout that is available is the same kind of layout. So I think 99.99% of people are gonna get it, look at it, and be like, well, shit, I can't do it. So that's gonna dox a lot of points in my opinion. And Greg, I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Greg, I'm sorry. D for Doucette. Next up, we got Joe Faser. So now this program has to open up with him telling us he used to be extremely skinny growing up as a kid. It just has to.
You see, the majority of my life, I have been a pretty lean guy. That was a video of me at 16 years old. I was a guy with not the best genetics.
My whole life, I've always been the smallest guy in the room, underweight, weak, and as my classmates would say, arms the size of spaghetti. Well, that's not good. Now this program is only $9.99, which is cheap. The cheapest one of the video by far. So either Joe is a humble queen, or he doesn't think us Canadians are gonna realize the currency, because it's in pounds. What a sneaky guy. So just scrolling through this thing, this is a, hold on a second here. Oh, it's his phone. I thought it would. Definitely a lot less intimidating than a Jeff Nippard program, which is like 60 pages long. This is only 7 pages. I can scroll once and I get to the end, which is, could be good, could be bad. Piri workout nutrition. Now I just want to go to Nando's, not the gym anymore. What the heck is Piri workout? Piri workout refers to what you eat pre, intra, and post-training. Okay. Be careful with stimulant intake and limit strong stimulant pre-workouts to once per week. What a kind, well-intentioned, naive young man to think that people are actually going to follow that. You know what? I like Joe. I have high expectations. Going to pick a workout and let's get it.
In this PDF, there are beginner and intermediate options, so I decided to go with lower body A workout on the intermediate side, which starts with 12 to 15 reps of leg extensions to warm up the knees.
We're moving on to squats now. The first set is 3 to 7 reps, which is actually quite a wild rep range. Like, it's pretty insane the more that I think about it. It's like choosing between a personal pizza and a party size. Crazy different weight that I typically use for a 3 rep set and a 7 rep set. But we're gonna get 4 or 5 a go.
I used 365 pounds for my back off set, then moved over to the leg press for a top set and a back off set before starting the hamstring work.
Halfway done the workout, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sweating like crazy right now. I think this is like the perfect balance of intensity and volume. Like the workout's not taking long at all, but I really feel like I'm giving it my all with those top sets and then the back off sets. I'm really enjoying it so far. I was absolutely loving this program until I just read leg extensions, 5 to 9 reps. Those two things should never be on the same line ever. Like my knees are something to blow from, not blow out. I might have to channel my inner Mike Israetel here for this set. Low rep leg extensions just don't hit the same. That just doesn't feel natural. Next thing I'm supposed to do are walking lunges. Now I can't do walking lunges without like crazy pain in my knees, and there's no alternate exercises given in the program, which I can't really expect for $9.99. That's like expecting Wagyu mouthfeel from a $1 hot dog. So what I'm gonna do is just improvise, which is what you should do if you don't have another option. So I'm gonna do reverse lunges, which is much easier on my knees.
To finish off the workout, I did some calves and some 60-second planks, which was so fun.
I thoroughly enjoyed this workout, maybe minus a few rep ranges or whatever, but honestly, I feel like it was like perfect volume, perfect intensity. I think if you're a beginner or an intermediate, this is like a legit program. And $9.99, you really can't go wrong. Jeff Nippard. I don't actually call him that. I'm expecting S tier. S is in science, that's for sure. And we all know Jeff does not post enough on YouTube. He knows it. We all know it. But why does he need to when he leaves us a gold mine of programs? Like, he has so many different options. It's silly. But I ended up deciding the Essentials program for workouts that are 45 minutes long, quick and efficient, options of 2 times per week up to 5 times per week, and it was $60. So I'm expecting a lot. When you download it, you get a PDF of the program and then a PDF of all this information that's 90 pages long. It's a lot. It's like a long-lost Harry Potter manuscript. It's a doctoral thesis, which I guess it's what we paid for. $60 is a lot of money. You need a lot of information. I'm gonna go with week 1, upper 1. Let's get it. Exercise 1, flat dumbbell press, 1 top set, 4 to 6 reps, 8 to 9 RPE, followed with a back off set. Now this makes a lot of sense because when you're doing a quick workout, volume is not that high, so intensity has to be super high. And this is the kind of stuff I love, so I'm already enjoying it. Oh my God. 60 kilogram dumbbells. Not sure how much that is in pounds, but it's the most they have at this gym. Well, that was 8.
I hit over the prescribed rep range, which is totally fine. There are tons of alternate exercises to choose from to find something a little more challenging for next time.
I read 2 grip lat pull down for the next exercise, and I'm like, what the heck is that? But you just click on the exercise and it takes you to a hidden secret Jeff Nippard YouTube channel, and it shows you how to do it. This is the closest thing we're ever gonna get to a Jeff Nippard OnlyFans, unfortunately. RPE 9 to 10, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Now, there's not many things that I hate in the gym, but the seated dumbbell shoulder press is one of them. And that was next up on the menu, but I don't have to do it because every exercise, there's 2 substitutions, and machine shoulder press is one of them. And I love this machine so much. If you don't enjoy the exercise on the program, you're not gonna wanna come to the gym, and you're just not gonna make any progress. You have to actually enjoy the stuff that you're doing. Another thing is, like the dumbbell press over there, I maxed out the dumbbells in the gym. So I can't really go up from there, and that was on the program. So it's nice to know that I can switch to a machine press the next time to continually make progress. And the one thing great about a Jeff Nippard program is that if you're ever in doubt about anything, just know that there's probably 4 studies behind every single thing. Like I trust Jeff so much, he could probably sell me a timeshare. No, he would sell me a timeshare, and I wouldn't even be mad.
And really, I loved it. Even though the workout was nearly half the length of my normal workouts, it still felt incredibly effective. It's also nice that an arm superset was sprinkled in. Jeff is really for the people.
Even though that workout was only 45 minutes, it still kicked my ass. I've been trying to find things to fault Jeff for in this program, but I think the exercise selection of what I just did was spot on. It's exactly what I would do. And I also like the fact that there's another PDF where you can learn beyond the program, which I think is a super valuable tool. So if you're somebody who travels a lot or you just don't like super long workouts, I think this is pretty much the gold standard. Like, I don't think it can go wrong, and because of that, Jeff Nippard.
Some of the programs were good, and some weren't so great, but you have to remember they're making these programs based off how they like to train, not you. Trying out some of these workouts is a great way to see what you like to ultimately apply it to the routine that you build for yourself. Just like I've been doing, training with some of the best bodybuilders around the world. And eventually you're gonna reach a point where you're never gonna have to buy a program again.